You are now listening to the Warp World Podcast. Boom shakalaka.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 189 of the Warp World Podcast, the premier podcast for... Nice. Yeah.
Wait, what are we the premier podcast for, xwater? What are we
the premier podcast for friendship and camaraderie and good educational resources within the paid Patreon bonus segment.
It's like going to college without the huge cost.
Yeah. It's sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
What's going on, fellas? How you doing? How you living?
I almost wasn't maybe living.
Yeah, you know what? We never got into this because you mentioned something about eating glass, but then
I got some food delivered. Yes. Yeah, we're jump right in. I got some food delivered from a local place yesterday, and I was heating it up some sweet potato tots. I love me some sweet potato fries and tots. Who doesn't?
And,
I'm chomping down, and I bite down, and it's like this. You know when you bite something, it's like harder than you're expecting. And you're like, what the fuck? So normally I'm like, just power through and like bite again. And this time though, I'm like, you know what? Let's take a look at what this is. It was a fucking piece of glass.
No.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
How big was this piece of glass?
It's not that big, but it was a chunk. I would say it was like the size of a ballpoint pen tip.
Okay. All right.
Give or take. Probably a little larger.
Wow.
Yeah. So I called them up and I sent them a photo. Turns out that they get their sweet potatoes, they buy them frozen or whatever, and then they cook them up. So number one, I'm going to have to find out where they buy them so I can just buy them from the source, suckers.
Absolutely.
Actually, that's a great tip. You want to find out where you get them, just tell them, hey, I found glass.
Number
two, though, I sent them a photo. They're going to get back to me about some stuff. So hopefully I got some free tots on my way because I'm going to eat them still.
Yeah. What are the odds of the next batch having glass in it, right? It's either
absolutely.
Yeah, it's either you have an enemy out there who poisoned your tots with a small piece of ballpoint pen-sized glass, or there was I don't know, somebody was just smashing bottles on the assembly line.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's just probably a freak accident, not a big deal at the end of the day. I didn't swallow it. Hopefully I didn't swallow any other glass.
Yeah.
But I chew pretty good.
It's not a big deal because it happened to you, but true, that's scary. That's just kind of terrifying.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal because it happened to me, not because because it's me, but because it's me.
No, I mean because it's
I'm
you. You are easygoing, is what I'm saying. If you were Karen version of Jaku.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's grounds to cause a real ruckus with a restaurant right there.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, I just want some free tots out of it. What's really funny though is the place. I was going between the nachos and the burger, and I chose the burger.
Mm-hmm.
And the Grubhub delivery driver, you know what he drops off as well? A side of nachos, not intended for me. Didn't realize it. So I called. I did the right thing. I called Grubhub and I'm like, hey, you guys sent me an extra order. Well, due to the pandemic, we can't come and get it. So we're taking care of the other customer. I'm like, hell yeah. So
that's
a win,
good karma right there too.
Well, the karma was giving me glass. That, but I don't know.
They gave you the glass, but you got the nachos, so it evened out.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Well, you have good karma coming your way then, because not every it would take me a solid minute of pondering to decide, do I mention these nachos or do I just get away with it?
Well, I knew for sure there's no way they're gonna come back and get them. Once you get somebody's food in your house, they will never be
they can't do
back.
anything. Yeah. Imagine being the person to receive the returned food.
Yeah. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call at least.
We've had two instances with DoorDash or Uber Eats or whichever one we were using at the time where I called in, or we did our order and it says David on the receipt, and then they go and pick it up and they bring us a receipt with David on it, but it is absolutely none of our order, and two people had called in with the same name. So now we use our wife's name. I use my wife's name for every time since hers is a little bit more rare.
A little bit,
you should just use a completely random name. Xavier.
I should,
Just
I
throw
should, but
my
it just kind
last
of like
name in
auto
there.
puts it in.
That's the good
that's
thing
true.
about my like ordering anything is there's
Mickey.
no confusing me.
No, absolutely not. Like
Back when
no one
phone
else is
books
gonna have
were
the
a thing, I would
name.
regularly look like every once in a while, like how close has anyone gotten to having this one? And it's never, not even a little bit.
So what do you guys been up to? What's been going on?
Ooh. Well, I know xwater's got some fun stuff going on in his life that he's been like waiting for months for.
Oh yeah,
pop off for me. Tell me.
I just finished building my upgraded computer. Most everything about it is new. It's got the new motherboard. It's got new processor, new CPU cooler, new case. I even had an additional capture card sitting around that Elgato had sent me. So now I've got 2 capture cards in there, which I'm never gonna fucking really need, but it's just cool.
You never know.
The only things I reused were my power supply, my graphics card, and some of my RAM. But it was so much fun to build. Like, I don't know what it is about organizing the wires in the back of a computer case so they're well hidden, but like nothing gets me more excited than well organized wires in a computer case. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to give you mad dope props too, because I noticed the absolute lack of wires showing when you started it up. Yeah, I had to comment on how sexy it looked on the gram when you were flexing it, but it is a very, very nice sharp build.
Thank you.
I respected it.
I did a little, like, I was taken back when I heard you reused RAM, though. I just want to make sure you didn't mix and match like brands and speeds and stuff.
No, so that's the clock speed of the old RAM is 200 hertz slower, but they are on their own channel. I have the 2 sticks, the 32 gig sticks that are, I think, 3600 clock speed on the first channel, and then I have 8 gig sticks that are 3400 clock speed on the second channel. I think I haven't finished configuring all of that in the BIOS yet. I've kind of just been scampering along, getting back into Stream and like getting the software on my computer going. But I'm pretty sure everything can run at 3400 with that setup. I have to look into it a little bit more.
Yeah, they should all drop to the lowest speed. There is additional timings on RAM though. That's just different from the speed itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that is something that to be aware of.
Okay, they are all the same brand, which is nice.
Okay,
they're all G-Skill.
So that might be okay.
Yeah,
but yeah, just look into it and that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize is like they might mix and match the RAM a little bit. And they're like, man, this seems like it's slower than it should be. And they don't really realize, like, they just think, 32 gigs of RAM, cool. And or, whatever, it clocks down the lowest speed.
Yeah,
but there's other latency things in mind to keep
that's fair. I'll definitely, I'm going to spend some time on my days off, like really digging in, testing some overclocking and all that jazz, and playing with the deep settings of it. Because I haven't even had a chance to, like, do a deep stress test yet. But I'm so excited to do it because just the idea of this processor is absurd to me. I remember buying my last processor back, I think like 6-7 years ago. And I was like, oh my God, it's got 4 cores and 8 threads. That's great. This thing's got 32 threads, 16 cores. Like, what the fuck is that? That's so ridiculous. That's so many. That's so many cores.
Most you can get in it.
I know, right? The Threadripper out there is what, 64 and 128?
Yeah, it's insane where we're going. But yeah, 6 years is a good jumping point. Like you can upgrade every year or every other year and be like, okay, I see some performance, but like 6 years, you're definitely seeing some performance there. Do you got M2 drives or SS?
This is my first M2. Yeah, I made sure I got a board that had PCI Express 4.0 for the M2, and so I got a 2 terabyte 4th gen PCI. Yeah, it's, dude, I'm living on cloud 9 with it because my old motherboard didn't have a space for an M2, so I was just on a regular SATA SSD, and now I've got a 12 terabyte regular hard drive in there. I might get a second one to like keep backups running. I'm thinking about just investing in that. For now, I got the one in there, and then the 2 terabyte for Windows and programs and everything. Just enough that I can keep like my Adobe Media Cache in my SSD, so that when I'm editing, it's not chugging.
Yeah, I've got like 2.5 terabytes of space on my computer right now. I'm looking at my 5 drives, and most of them are red. And I'm like, might be time for an upgrade.
Right. That's where I was at. And I've got this awesome device. It's the Power Dock Plus, and it's got 2 slots for hard drives, either 2.5 or 3.5 inch. And it connects to the PC through its USB slot, and it just essentially docks them as if they were just like an external hard drive. So I put these new ones in, and I've just been transferring everything in.
Yeah, I've got all M2s and SATA SSDs in this thing right now, so I might just migrate. What's really cool is I also have these USB 3 enclosures that take M2 drives.
Oh, so nice. That's really cool.
Like a nice portable. Yeah, it's like I can reuse my old M2 drives without having any.
That's essentially like the size of a flash drive at that point. I was shocked at how small it is. I didn't because it was my first time seeing one in person.
Well, the standard SATA drives that you would get that were solid state are fairly small too. They're just that size, so they can fit in laptops and stuff easier.
Yeah, I just learned that too, because when I was playing with the ones lying around, I'm like, this is suspiciously not heavy. What's going on with this? And then I was like looking into it a bit.
Yeah, it's cool though. I really like M2 just because you don't have to drive. Like, obviously it gets power, but you don't have to drive a separate cable to it for power and data. And it's
so
just like,
easy.
It's on the board. There's no. I love not having cables.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking I've got a second M2 slot as well, and I'm thinking of just getting another one. I don't even need it. Is the thing, but what if I ran my 2 M2s in RAID? Can you do that?
You can. Yeah,
that's so redundant, but so hilarious. I love it.
Yeah. It's definitely nice. I mean, obviously you can do different types of RAID with it, but I'd be like, yeah, might as well do it while you got the computer upgraded. But at the same time, 2 terabyte space and whatever else you got, you're probably good for a while. So like probably wait for like 4 terabyte drives to come out and then pop that in when it becomes
That's a good call. Yeah, just wait until save that second slot for when like something more meaningful is launched. That's a good call.
Yeah. So I just got a pre-built a month ago.
Yeah.
And I had a solid state drive and a normal drive, both terabytes. And I'm thinking they would understand that I want Windows installed on my solid state drive,
Yeah.
And I just realized literally this morning that I've been installing and running Windows and everything on the non-solid state drive. And it's just been sitting there doing nothing. And now I gotta now it's like, I gotta change my boot drive. And everyone who knows me knows I'm stupid with all this. And I'm just like super annoyed by it.
Man,
right now.
Honestly, that's a pain. I don't know what it is about it, but switching your Windows install on an already existing computer, it always like on paper sounds easy, and then you go to do it and something fucks up. Like
I just want to copy everything,
right?
So
and then put it in there.
Drive XML, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, is what I've used before. It's free, and it lets you transfer while you are running Windows. So you can literally run it with your current setup, format your solid state, migrate your stuff to the solid state, and then change the boot order. I'm fairly certain. Drive image XML.
Drive image XML. I'm literally hitting download now.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of really cool software out there now that does really good like hard drive cloning. And I've never tried that before. I was gonna do that, but I figured, new build, and it's been 5 years since I've reinstalled Windows. It's good to just start fresh to get that clutter out of there. There's probably like all this shit I have installed that I don't need. Just gonna reinstall as needed.
Right. What I typically do is I use something like Drive XML because it can also make like a big ass file of your hard drive, so you can just transfer that somewhere else. So I do that, then I format, reinstall Windows, and then like as I forget what I like, so I don't lose anything.
Yeah.
I go through the install process of what I want, and then I'm like, oh wait, what was that thing I needed that I had 3 years ago I haven't touched? Oh, I've got an image, whatever. I'll go back and get it.
Yeah. And so I got my drive sitting around. 7, I actually put all of my data that was on my like various like disk hard drives and just shoved it all into the 12 terabyte. I'm like, I'll sort you out later. Just everything get in there.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I have folders where I'm like, delete in September 2022 if you don't access this.
Oh, that's clever. I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is clever.
Yeah. Just like if you haven't opened it in 3 years, you're probably like, I'm good.
That's what I think about my
clever.
closet sometimes. I'm like, if I haven't worn this in a year, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
What do you do when you guys have laptops you're ready to get rid of? Because I weirdly worry about my data on there, and so I have like 2 laptops that I've been holding on to for like years. Because
I've never gotten rid of a laptop.
Okay, you're okay. I'm just glad I'm not an idiot. You know what I mean? I'm glad I was sitting there cleaning out my garage today, and I'm like, what? I need to fucking do something with these goddamn laptops. You know?
I have behind me, like, not even 3 feet from me, probably like a stack of laptops, like probably like 7, 8 laptops deep.
Wow. I sell mine. I format and sell them if I'm done with them.
I mean, you can. So if you do format, like you can do multiple passes. It's probably not required in this day and age. 2 passes probably fine. Mm-hmm. But like corporate data, you want to be a little bit more on. But like at the end of the day, formatting is probably fine, and then just reinstalling the license. Mm-hmm. But the value of the laptops, like by the time I want to get rid of them, it's usually not worth a lot, and it's usually more beneficial for me to have some sort of spare laptop laying around. Yeah. Where I'm like, I want to do something stupid, and I don't care what happens to it.
That is the reason I haven't sold my last one, because I've been thinking like, I bet this thing's going to be useful for some dumb project kind of like in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think a lot of people hoard their laptops. It's a little bit more normal. It's a little different, and it again, it's just one of those things like, having a desktop sitting around, that's a big clunky thing, and it's like, it's a backup desktop, unless you have a specific need for a fairly powerful backup system like that.
Right.
You're getting rid of those. Like streamers obviously would probably keep them around, but laptops, it's like, oh shit, my main laptop died. I just need something to hold me over for a little bit. Plus, when I would go to China, like a lot of those laptops would be perfect to take with me, because it's like format before I go, do whatever I want on there, come back, wipe it again. Like, treat them like Chromebooks in a way.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what to do with some of these laptops. That's for sure. They're just taking up space.
You could do Grand Pooh Bear Smash videos where you just
definitely.
Smash
I thought about. I actually almost did that with a MacBook this morning. I was like, oh my gosh, should I just smash it in my driveway? Because I figured I was like, if I just smash it in my driveway, I could at least just grab the hard drive and take that out, and then whatever, and then I'll throw the rest away. Not really worry about it as much,
Dude, I'm here for breaking stuff content. I love that shit.
It's fun. I need one of those fancy slow motion cameras though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You just get yourself a GoPro. They can record at 240 frames, and then you just slow
your
that bad boy
iPhone
down.
should record at fast speeds too.
Oh, it could. You're totally right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got a tripod for my iPod. Dude, I even have a fisheye camera lens for my iPod that Red Bull sent me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude, imagine breaking a MacBook with a fisheye lens and you slow that.
Yeah. So in super ultra slow-mo, yeah.
So now you've got me excited. How would you break? Like, what would you use? What surface would it be on?
I was just going to smash it, but I guess if I'm in a slow-mo close-up iPhone situation, I would have to hit it with like some sort of hammer. Right?
I was I'm imagining snowboarding somehow.
A snowboard? I don't know if a snowboard could really do a lot of damage.
Well,
or like snowboard on top of it.
Yeah, snowboard on top of it. Like you put on a rail and you snowboard, you jump on that and grind with it. I don't know. That's just but I don't know what you could capture with a camera on that.
Yeah,
I feel like slow-mo footage of someone lobbing it to you, and you hit it with a baseball bat, because then the keys fly out and it gets this you see it go crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, when xwater gets his shot in 4 years, we're all getting together and we're gonna take all our old laptops, We're gonna flamethrower one.
Yes.
We're gonna go to the studio. We'll all fly to Chicago for this. And we'll just make breaking laptop content for 3 to 4 days.
Okay, so
let me just think of better and better ways to break laptops.
I love it.
I've had ideas for breaking stuff content in the past, and like this one, I'm gonna say it because I think it's kind of fun. Is you remember how at MMC I pitched that Smash Bros CPU tournament? It was like a pretty good time. It got kind of exciting near the finals.
That was cool.
I want to do that with the original 8 characters from Smash Bros, right? Mm-hmm. But the twist is when a character loses their debut game, so like Mario Bros 1, I just use that even though technically whatever, is destroyed in a fashion that fits the character that broke it. So like I'm thinking if Samus beats Mario, I put Mario Bros in a microwave and like use that. If Star Fox does it, I shoot it with a gun or like a laser gun or some shit.
Yeah, you get a laser gun.
Yeah, and then the final
like
person I play
Donkey Kong loses, you throw poop at it or something. Yeah, I get where we're going.
I would have gone with like Mega Punch it, but that fits too.
That's good. So I was gonna one thing I was thinking of destroying laptops on MacBook Airs would be great for frisbee golf.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we can definitely play some disc golf with that.
With a MacBook.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my! Actually, I have a MacBook, not an Air, but I have a MacBook. It's heavy though, man. It would take me some fucking. It would take me some throws to get it out there. It'll work out.
Throw it.
Yeah. All right. I am very, 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 very much into this idea. I'm glad we all agree on this, and that's gonna be our first trip when we are all safe and vaccinated, safe with our shots. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I think by June I might get it. I think that's probably my timeline.
Yeah, okay. I got mine today, so I'm ready. I got first shot. I got my next one's coming up April 1st.
Nice.
April Fool's Day. They're gonna come and be like, "Hey, vaccine.
I know.
You got
It's like,
I don't want to do any conspiracy theories.
It's like you thought you were getting Pfizer. It's like you're getting Johnson & Johnson, bitch. Like,
Well, I was gonna do like a conspiracy theory, but I don't want to feed any of them.
No, actually, you know what's funny? When Gina got hers, when my wife got hers, she goes, "Oh my god, I can feel the 5G running through my veins." Oh my god, I just lost it.
That's really funny.
Oh my god, I lost it. Yeah, then the guy thought it was super funny. He obviously knew we were joking about it since we were getting the shot, but. Yeah, it had to be super annoying for him, and it was. I'm super happy though. I'm just because I'm ready now. Now I have like legit excitement about the fact that we just came up with an idea that requires us being together, and I actually think we're going to do it this year. Yeah. You know, that just made me so hype and happy. You have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
It's a possibility. It's actually a realm. It's in the realm of possibility.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like. My grandparent or my parents got it. My kids' grandparents, they all got it. Now we're waiting on one grandma, and then we lined up trips. Like, it's the CDC guidelines said we can do it, so we just lined up trips. We're like, bam, 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 bam. Come watch our kid. We don't want to watch him anymore. We're done with this.
We had a year with him. Come on.
Oh yeah, we're done, man. We're done. Yeah. So. Yeah. And it's, the only thing that sucks about having a kid is like he's not going to be able to get one till like sometime next year. So we're still like I still have to do some like we can't go ham, like we're not going to start going out to eat or anything crazy like that. But
you can actually be around some other people. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean it's literally been like a year. Like
today was a year ago. Today was when the NBA shut down.
Oh man. I remember that episode of the podcast. I remember us talking about it.
That was wild. That was a wild episode.
It was wild. There was, we were all like, yeah, might as well be better safe than sorry. Like, what is it? Only a few weeks? I mean, it is still only a few weeks technically, but
we on that podcast, one very specific thing I remember on that podcast is I said this might be the last we ever see of arena events. Like we may never see arena events again. And at the time, I thought that was a very drastic, bold prediction. But now I'm like, you know, I don't know. I mean,
even I don't know if they're allowed again, it's gonna be weird for people to just want to at this point. Like, there's gonna be an easing into phase of like human contact again. You know,
I don't think I could do like a Lollapalooza, like a festival type crowd It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while before I am comfortable with that. Even though I know I'm safe now, and even if everyone was in the Razer light up glow masks, you know, like it's gonna be a while, I think, before I'm just like, I feel comfortable that way again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But with you guys, I'm super ready and comfortable. So
yeah. Once we get them all, I mean, I know me and Cliffy and Ross have a thing planned that we want to do. So hopefully all three of us will have it soon.
A vaccine heist. Yes.
Yeah. Chicago's got openings. Like right now they're doing for Chicago, like a lot of people are eligible. Smokers are eligible, which there's two sides to that coin. We don't have to get into that debate.
I'll start smoking. I'll start smoking if you'll inject me. Yeah, I'll pick it up.
But what they're doing too is like if people don't show up, then it's one of those things they have to use the vaccines that day. So there's a lot of people just waiting out, and like they have like 4 to 10 to 20 leftover vaccines each day. So me and Johnny have a friend that got on the list, and so we're gonna go tomorrow and hopefully get our shot tomorrow.
That's you know what that kind of is like a vaccine console campouts almost.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, as silly as this has been, because I feel like the biggest problem is like nobody knows. Like, there's a ton of people that are eligible that don't know if they're eligible or not. Like, I think that's been a really big problem. Is just like who is eligible and where they can go, because I know so many people want to get it. They're ready to go. You know what I mean? And I understand why you don't want to just have it on a first come first serve basis, because then you're just gonna have cars parked out and camped out.
Yeah.
But on the other end, it's like, man, that I just feel that might have been worth it, just in the fact that, like, if any of them are being wasted, you know what I mean? That's worse, right? You know what I mean? Like, we want to use 100% of them all the time is my logic. And that's my friend, the one that we went and saw, that we did the trip with. She actually, her mom works at a hospital, and they had like 30 no-shows one day.
Wow.
And so they just basically, the doctors were like, yo, call anyone you can.
Yep.
Get them here. Like, it doesn't matter who they are, how you know them, just get them here. You know what I mean? And like, even for us, like, we just walked in and asked, and they were like, yes, we don't have enough people coming in. Come on in. You know what I mean? Even though technically, like, we weren't ready yet, technically.
Yeah,
but it's
you're
just
not in like this wave of people.
Yeah, we're not in that wave.
Yeah,
but we heard they had more. We heard we're offering walk-ins. It was the only place that said walk-ins, and so we were like, let's walk in and ask. And they were like, yes, not enough people are coming in. So, here you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm banking on tomorrow. It sounds pretty good. I like the website that we can check into. Like, there's already a bunch of like spots that have not been taken. Even today, there was a lot of spots not taken. So, should be a good. Should be an opportunity tomorrow. So we'll see. But regardless, I know Chicago, like in general, they're moving along the list pretty well. And then I know like what Biden just said, like by May 1st, all U.S. citizens should be able to have at least got like the first shot, or maybe it was the end of May. So not too bad.
Yeah. That's so we're banking on you guys doing that, and then it's like, all right, now start sending them over.
Yeah. Done. Yeah, we'll get. I'm totally okay with that. You know, just just swim across the lake real quick. You know what
man,
I mean?
You know what? I would do it. I would try.
Just swim across the lake real quick. They didn't even check my ID at all, ever, at any point. So I mean, yeah, just go. No one.
Oh, you could go and get another shot tomorrow. Forget waiting 2 weeks.
Nah, I'm gonna wait for 3 weeks.
Let's get the second one right now. Yeah, no problem.
I tell you right now. I will admit, like, I'm not like hurting. I don't know fever or anything, but my energy was a little drained today. Like, I didn't have the get up and stream energy. Today.
Wait until
like
tomorrow too. A lot of people I hear are like, the first day wasn't bad. The second day is when I was out.
It's like leg day. Yeah.
Well, I hope not tomorrow, because I have like 8.5 hours of Grand Theft Auto roleplay.
If only there were some sort of
wear a hat that says Red Bull
can of energy you could consume to help. Yeah, that'd be a nifty product.
What?
A nice can of energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's a good
Well,
point.
there was some sort of energy in a can.
Yeah, I wonder where I could find one of those.
Something that came from like an animal's testicles or something. No, it does not come from their testicles.
This is I felt guilty because I bought stock in a competitor, not the M word competitor, a much smaller one. But I even texted Red Bull and I was like, I even texted like my guy at Red Bull. And I was like, yo, is this wrong? And then I was like, yo, do you know anything about this company?
But now that we got the morals out of the way, can I get some of that insider?
Because it's not inside their company. It's inside some other.
Red Bull outside, inside.
I'd buy Red Bull. Yeah, I'd buy Red Bull, but they're not private. They're not a publicly traded company. They're completely private owned. So can't do that.
Here's a question for you: if Elon Musk buys like 100, like 20% of the shares of, I don't know, Blockbuster, and then tweets about it, is that market manipulation?
He's gotten in trouble for that.
Yeah, he's gotten in trouble for stuff like that.
Very funny.
He can say he bought stock. Like there's nothing about that. But yeah, he's got such an influence. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, because of the influence he carries. Because that dude utters any word about anything, and it's like buy.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's why he's been, and I think he knows that too. Like I think he knows that
for sure he
is capable of moving the market in some ways right now. Because even like Tesla itself is extremely overvalued as far as and I don't mean this because like I don't think Tesla is overvalued actually, especially right now because it just had like a huge dip. But if you compare it to like the other automakers, it's ridiculously overvalued. You know what I mean? It has a bigger market cap than the big three combined.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to think about. You know what I mean? Because they don't sell as many cars as the big three and blah, blah, blah.
I almost feel like the value of Tesla reflects its potential more so than what it currently is. Because like electric cars, the future, all yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But like currently,
I don't even think it's
out?
like electric cars is really what their bank. It's just like the battery itself.
Yeah, fair.
The battery tech. They're like, really driving battery tech.
Yeah. You're kind of investing in the battery.
That was not a pun, by the way.
No. Yeah. It's like I don't know, but yeah, it is interesting. But I mean, that's why he seems like so quick to be like Dogecoin, to the moon and Bitcoin, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Because they can't fuck with him when he manipulates those markets. You know what I mean?
Loves
it.
Yeah. He hates. Yeah. He hates SEC. Oh, I just looked at Bitcoin. All right, 57K.
Let's go. Good job, Bitcoin.
Right.
But yeah, Elon's got to be careful. But yeah, that's something people can do to try. He can also say X company sucks, and people will be like, selling the stock. Like if he said GameStop sucks, like that would probably hurt the stock a lot, even though a lot of people are going crazy with it right now.
Yeah.
That whole story, like I can't wait to see the documentaries from this. At this point.
Because didn't GameStop just have another resurgence? Didn't it just boom back up to like 500 or something?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yesterday was a wild day. It went up to 350.
Wow.
And then like within, and I'm not even joking this, within 25 minutes dropped to 180.
Wasn't trading on it halted or something?
Yeah, a bunch of places halted it, and then it calmed down, and then it like settled back at like 250, 260, which is where it's at. Yeah. I freaked out because I didn't want to get caught again, and I was like, I'm out. I doubled my money. I'm out. I'm good. You know what I mean? I can't take this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm still in.
Yeah,
I'm still in.
I know.
Diamond hands.
I know, and I'm
Diamond hands, Pooh.
All day. I was like.
I'm in it to like I will ride it to zero at this point.
I need to get back. What's funny is like I don't know why I paper handed it because I was totally willing to ride it to zero.
Right.
The first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I got in, gone up, went back down, and I was like, yeah, I'm riding it out. But this time I was like, I'm gonna take my double.
Yeah, I'm not interested in those short-term capital gains.
Hey, I got no shade. Honestly, no shade for taking double here. That's depending how much you put in, double's a good multiplier.
You know what? It wasn't that much. It was.
Right.
I mean, it's about $1,200, which is a lot of money. Like, don't get me wrong. Doubling $1,200 I'm happy with that. Like, don't get me wrong. That's a good amount of money. But it's not like. That was literally like, I mean, I'm not trying to be douchey, but I've played hands of blackjack for $1,200 too. You know, like
okay,
you know, like,
the thing too is I have experience in holding stocks
Yes.
and currencies.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Like I just hold.
You're
is what I do.
You're a long dude.
yeah. Everything
there's
else
one
I have.
thing
This,
I
is,
know
and this,
about
this is the
Jaku.
first time I bought something and sold it. You know,
Yeah.
everything else I've just bought and held. Yeah.
Even your humor, you're all about the long con, dude.
That's true.
You're all about the long play.
That's true.
It is true.
Like
That's
3
so
years from now, Jaku's gonna be like, "Hey, look under your desk."
That's been there for 6 years.
Right.
That's amazing. No, the GameStop. That's just an insane. There's a movie. I think Hulu. I think is doing it called GameStopped. And it's like March 15th. They're doing a story.
Already, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ!
already.
It's not even the story's not even going to be over by March 15th.
That's fast.
They're gonna do. It's obviously they're doing like a Disney Plus sort of thing. Like you have to subscribe to see the episodes, and they're gonna be building them as the shit's developing.
Yeah.
It's the way to keep people on. Maybe buy Hulu.
Yeah.
Stock. I don't know. But yeah, that's been crazy. But yeah, stocks have been crazy this week in general. Like a huge dip, and then crypto's been way up. Cryptocurrency's been way up again.
Mm-hmm.
It's madness. EFTs are going crazy. Some art was sold for $69 million.
Yeah.
NFTs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
NFTs are the NFT game is like super wild. There's all sorts of shit with it. We can't even. I don't even want to begin to speculate on that.
Yeah, no,
I mean, it's not new. It's not new, but its popularity.
They're making a
is new.
resurgence. Yeah, I always just say EFT for whatever reason. But yeah, NFTs. The art thing, the one I do want to talk about the one art thing. Like this one, this guy has been making art for like tons of stuff. Saturn filled me in on a lot of it because he's been following.
He's not a random jamoke.
No,
you know,
like, he's never sold
this.
anything for over $100 or something. Apparently, like on the free market, and like it's crazy how like 5,000 pieces of art in this thing. It worked out to about $12,000 to $13,000 a day for what this sold at. But he's been doing it for over 5,000 days, so that's a long time to be like riding on something that had no idea this was ever come to be. So very interesting, but I don't know. I was having a discussion about it earlier with somebody too. Like even I'm not like sure about NFTs in terms of where they go and whatnot. But the same person was like, yeah, but Twitch subs and emotes, like that was a foreign concept to you and others at the time. I'm like, you're right, you're not wrong. But I just knowing the complications that go into this stuff and the money involved, it's crazy because that's the big difference. Yeah, a Twitch emote, and I can get like 30 of them from twitch.tv/GrandPoohBear for $4.99 a month.
60.
It's a lot different from like spending an Ethereum token that's almost $2,000. So
the whole it's been like really fascinating to like learn about them. And one thing I've realized now is just because I don't understand something or understand the appeal, because in 2012 I had a friend, long before I met either of you, had a friend named Merrick I snowboarded with and worked with in the summer. And Merrick was like, when I first started streaming, Merrick was like, yo, you need to start taking $100 and putting it into Bitcoin. I'm telling you. You start taking $100 every day or every month and put it into Bitcoin. Buy one Bitcoin. I think it was about $100 at that time for a Bitcoin. He's like, buy a Bitcoin every month. Just sit on it. 10 years, you're gonna be happy. And I, at the time, $100 a month is a lot of money to me. You know what I mean? I couldn't afford. I felt like I couldn't afford it, even though I could have. But I felt like I couldn't afford it. Most importantly, I didn't understand it. I had no concept or understanding of Bitcoin. Fast forward to 2017 when everything's it's the first that first major popular bull run, not the first bull run it ever had, but the first popular bull run it had. I'm sitting I'm asking Jaku, and he's explaining it all to me, and I'm getting in significantly later than I could have. You know what I mean? So what I've learned is just because I don't understand it doesn't mean there's not a opportunity there, and doesn't mean I won't understand it later, or it won't become the standard later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm starting to realize these things, and not everything that has hype around it is going to be worth it, but there's no reason to not dip your toe in these things. You know what I mean? There's no reason to not learn, dip your toe, because there are opportunities with any emerging thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yep.
Don't be scared of something just because you don't understand it. Is my basic TLDR on that.
Yeah. On the reverse side too, like there's definitely those, like, your friend could have been completely wrong. You know,
he absolutely could have. He absolutely could have. You know.
Yep.
He is also the one who told me about Twitch and helped me set up my stream, so I really should have believed him at that point. But but at the same time, neither one of us were making money from that, so why would I believe him? You know what I mean? Like,
it's fair.
Hindsight 2020, all that.
Just do your own research a little bit though. At the end of the day, and like dipping your toes in things a little bit here and there, like you never know what's going to pay out. Speaking of things that you could dip your toes in and not sure what's going to pay out, this and staying on cryptocurrency. Yesterday on my stream on March 10th, Martin Day. I don't know why is everyone so excited about Martin? Anyways,
Martin.
Martin's a really Martin Lawrence. He's a great actor.
Martyrio.
Just every March 10th we give him a day. All right.
Yeah.
No, it was also NES Day yesterday, which is exciting. Wednesday is NES Day because it's got NES in the middle. Anyways,
Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I set up just a quick project that me and Ross worked on a little bit. We added Nano into crowd control as a test. And Nano is a cryptocurrency that has no fees, no large GPU requirements, no slow transaction confirmations. And I really like the coin, like the stock, but no, like I've been a fan of Nano for a few years now that I've heard about it. And so it was a really cool way to see the power of Nano, because you were able to buy like effects and crowd control directly with Nano. So killing Mario was like 0.05 nano or something like that. And because Nano's so fast, you just go scan the QR code, send it, and you see it happen pretty much instantly. You can find a clip of it on my Twitter as well, twitter.com/Jaku. But it made me think, like, this is really cool. This is a perfect like example of like the use case for Nano or cryptocurrencies or anything like this. For those that don't know, Twitch, with Twitch extensions, we as Warp World get 20% of the bits exchange, and the streamer gets 80%. Twitch gets 30% on that initial bit purchase, or Twitch bits purchase, which you want to spend $1, it's going to cost you $1.30. The streamer ends up getting 80 cents at the end of the day. With Nano, you can just send straight Nano, and because there's no fees at all on anyone, you send 1 Nano, Warp World could still get their percentage, or it could go out to 4 or 5 different people. Like if there's a pack developer and Warp World's extension and a streamer, or maybe there's 2 streamers racing, you could split all that 4 ways, any sort of way you wanted, and there's no like additional fees. And it's just, I think it's really cool, and I think it's something that like creators are going to really enjoy as it kind of becomes a bigger thing. Because I think that's one of the big powers of this sort of stuff, is that being able to split it up to the people that, you know, made things possible without fees getting in the way of making it infeasible to do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely one of the bigger advantages of especially Nano, but cryptocurrency in general. And I know that's a lot of why people are really excited about NFTs. Who are we?
Yeah,
we were talking about how like it could open up a lot of avenues for making products in which like the royalties could continue to come to the people who worked on that product relatively stress-free, easily, not complicated.
Yeah. Movies, for instance. And like all this stuff would be baked into the technology that to the consumer, it's one spending spot, or they buy this thing, and on the back end, all of this stuff happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, I think that's like the real. I think like you're seeing art right now and everything, and that's the thing. But like the real potential is going to be with the fact that, you know, like, and this is scary, but you might see like artists could sell CDs again. You know what I mean? and like I know that sounds stupid, but they could absolutely sell CDs again. They could, you know, they could sell all sorts of different things and make a limited quantity of it on the internet. which is, I mean, which for some things some things is gonna fucking suck, but for other things it's gonna be really, really, really cool. So it just is. It's a very interesting space, and art's the first thing you're seeing right now, but it is most definitely not going to be the last type of quote unquote contract on the blockchain by any means. You know,
I just like you hear about all these movie stars getting like ripped off on their contracts with movies and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, we'll give you 10% of gross proceeds after the movie, but after we make back our profits, and like they make it a way where they never make back their profits or something, and so the movie stars never make their cut, or it just it gets lost in the paperwork at the end of the day. And it's like all of this stuff, like obviously you want to believe that you could just trust people with software, but the problem is all these people have control of that software, and so it needs to not be centralized by somebody. It needs to be baked into the contract digitally, like code that somebody could look over. Like you're gonna have digital lawyers, like we already kind of do, but like you're gonna have lawyers that are well versed in programming on these digital contracts to look these over, to be like, yeah, when this thing is sold or purchased, this percentage guarantees it goes to this address, which is owned by my client and stuff. And like, there's nothing weird about it. But like 5-10 years, I think this is gonna be more normal than we think. We're at the cusp of something kind of new. I'm not saying like the technology we have now is the way it's going to be, because there are lots of issues with the current infrastructure of certain cryptocurrencies and stuff. And I'm not about to get into the debate on that sort of stuff and just list them all off, but there's a huge thing with it. But
we're not here to debate the hypotheticals. We're just saying how it It's just this is what's happening. You know what I mean? This is what's happening.
Yeah.
So
things are going to get to a point where you have these contracts that you and me are like Twitch subs. Like Twitch has like, hey, here's our contract, and you're like, all right, cool. But at the end of the day, Twitch could be lying in the back end. They could be like, yeah, you didn't get 500 subs, you got 480 subs. And so
pulling a little sneaky on you.
Yeah.
Well, and even just like applying it to video games. I mean, imagine, and Fortnite's like the easiest example I can say, but especially because their skins are only available for like a day, right?
Yep.
Well, maybe they start to make skins that are only available for the first 1 million people that log on, or the first 1 million buys, or whatever it is, and then they can create these artificial scarcities on skin. And you've already seen it everywhere else, but you could trade these outside of the game. You can trade these, and I know Steam does it safely. Yeah, you can trade these all over the place, outside of Steam, outside of the game, outside in your own area, in your own time, in your own doing your own thing. Like you own that skin. And those are actually really cool, kind of exciting concepts that just apply directly to gaming right there. So it is gonna be interesting. I'm excited about it. I can't wait till NFTs start coming to GTA roleplay. Then I can really play with it.
So how's GTA roleplay been?
Let's know about that.
Give us
been
a summary of your adventures so far.
I'm not even joking. I've only been playing since Friday, so I've played 5 days total. Only one big day. I'm not even joking though. It is the most fun I have ever had on, like, maybe in a video game ever. I can't express how insane and silly and just like incredibly fun, diverse content it creates. It's just so good. It's so funny. There's just you're running into people. And so many people are like, they're all like, there's so many like way better role players than me. Like my first day, I ran into like a Keanu Reeves, like cyberpunk character. Like he's playing as Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk
or whatever.
Is he playing as Johnny Silverhand?
Johnny Silverhands, yeah, that's his name.
Yeah,
Johnny Silverhands, and he's in there. And first of all, his voice is incredible. Like he talks just like him. He's always like, yes, samurai, what do you want to do? And the best part is he's actually never played Cyberpunk, which I think is the funniest part.
That is the best part.
I saw you got murdered on your first day too.
I'm getting murdered every day.
Yeah, but yeah, like the I guess maybe it was your second murder, or maybe I don't know, where you got stabbed to death, skinned.
Oh yeah, I got stabbed I got stabbed and eaten by a cannibal, left for dead.
Ooh.
And then yeah, and because the way the game works, there's all very strict role play rules. And I mean, it's not like they're coming and checking, not like the mods are coming and checking on my stream to make sure I, follow role play. But like when you die and you don't get revived by EMS or anything, your character has amnesia and he can't remember the last 10 minutes. So I don't remember anything beyond getting in that guy's truck. I remember getting in that guy's truck and then I woke up at the hospital, everything robbed.
Yeah.
And I have to, and it's really fun to play those scenarios out, like, oh yeah, it's just, it's so cool. And it's so deep. I mean, there's people that are running businesses, but some of those businesses are fronts for criminal empires.
Yes.
And there's drug lords and cartels, and people are making meth in some spots. And there's all sorts of property you can buy. Or hey, you want to get a job working at a fast food restaurant? You can totally do that. Want to be a DJ? Oh, there's tons of DJs, 2 different record labels, and everybody's got a fucking SoundCloud. I've found out because they all keep pushing it on me. But it's their SoundCloud of their character. It's not like their real SoundCloud.
Young Dab. I remember.
Pixel was
remember watching that.
Yeah.
We were together, but the first time I saw roleplay was watching Young Dab with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah. I went to a concert. Young Dab. I think was it Young Dab that played the concert the other night. There was some club opening.
Young Dab was moved.
Young Dab's dead. Okay.
Yeah, Young Dab died.
Okay.
Yeah, it was his past character a year or two ago.
Oh my god. But yeah, there's just like and that's the you can like kill your character eventually, and there's just so many cool, fun things and cool ways to play it, and the interactions with the police are always fucking stupid and hilarious, and it's just it just feels like it's such unlimited content, and because I'm broke and I haven't really done anything yet, like I've scratched like a very small piece of the surface, like just the tiniest piece of the surface. Like I have no idea about the deeper criminal underworld because my character hasn't met any real criminals yet. You know what I mean? Where I'm out there trying to find some stuff like that. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like,
that's
just
so your character is Mick Flair, and so
Mick
your
Flair.
goal is like what is your goal? You're a wrestler, obviously.
Yeah. I'm
like
15,
what are your character's
15
like
times.
points?
This was even great. So I'm 15-time world champion. I came to Los Santos, and I just made this up at the time. You know what I mean? I just wanted to be a wrestler. I was like, I came to Los Santos to win the Los Santos heavyweight championship belt, right?
Yeah.
So I'm playing for a couple days, and then the other day I go to Burger Shot, and I see this old guy, Mel, right? And I introduce myself, and Mel's like, hold on, wait right here. And all of a sudden comes out from around the corner is this character named The Fella, which is Mel's alter ego, who is the current Los Santos World Heavyweight Championship. And so now me and Mel, like every time we see each other, we have these funny standoffs, and all to hype up this potential pay-per-view we want to put on.
It's incredible.
And yeah, so we're gonna try and find I want to try and find a venue to take us, maybe sell tickets, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe market around something. And yeah, and the whole thing. Like honestly, in my perfect world, like someone would role play a booker and book the whole thing, and we'd have a whole wrestling league could go on, you know, where we trade the belt back and forth. And
oh man, that sounds so fun.
it's also fun. Yesterday, and my favorite part though is the people with boring ass jobs that are on there. They're logging on like yesterday I went to the Digital Den, which is they spy and sell electronics. And there's 2 motherfuckers behind the counter buying and selling electronics and having role play sessions, and I went in and joined a gaming tournament that they were putting on. And I had to log into a game out like in real life and like play that game, and like we compared our scores, and I won the tournament, which was great. I won $5,000. I needed that money really bad. But it was just like the whole thing, this whole idea that this guy is just showing up to his fucking job at this fake digital store. I don't know. It's just like hilarious to me. And then like there's nurses and doctors and EMS workers. And I found out like the doctor that treated me yesterday I went to her stream and she's a registered nurse. She's like a legit nurse,
wow.
you know? Yeah. And it's just so wild to me. Like there's these people that work at City Hall and they just do paperwork all day.
That sounds terrible.
Dude, the cops have to fill out like these really detailed reports and they got to show up to court and testify. And there's lawyers and shit for when you get in trouble. There's judges.
You got a whole ass functioning society in there.
Yeah, dude, there's a mayor and elections and everything. Yeah, it is a whole ass society. It is so detailed and just wildly impressive. And I don't know if I've ever had this amount of fun, honestly.
Yeah, it's because like there's just so much in the game that's like true to real life. Like, you know, the Rust roleplay was fun, but it was not as involved because like, yeah, there's food and stuff and building, but like not nearly as much as, and plus the driving in that game is just so hard. But in GTA, like, yeah, there's cars, but you got to buy the car. There's food that you actually have to go out and buy. You can't just, you can't go kill a horse that you just randomly find and cook it. So there's a lot there. And then, yeah, like the boring jobs, there's actually people there. And that's what really makes it something unique and fun. Because I know when you went to report your missing gun when you got murdered the one time, you went to the police station. And, like, I remember your chat being like, wait, there's actually a person behind the counter? It's like, yeah, there's people behind the counter. Just, like, that's his job for however many hours. And, like, it's probably still entertaining enough because there's so many people playing. It's like, what, 300 people or something on the server? So
yeah, I think it's like 160 right now at a time. And there's like 3,000 or so active characters.
There you go. So
currently, yeah.
So there's just so many active characters at any given time that, and the city's big, but it's still small enough to run into people multiple times and whatnot.
Yeah. And there's just like, I mean, there's so much like you have to, like, I have no idea how to like rob a house or a bank or anything yet. And there's no guides anywhere online. Like this, it's very specific on that. Like everything you have to learn it in the game.
From people,
through role play. So like if I want to pay someone cash, I have to have them through role play explain it. And they're like, oh, you flex your T muscle, and that's to bring up chat. And then you want to just say out give cash, and like the way everything has to be explained and done, and you have to like find these places organically because there's definitely like places marked on the map, but there's a significant hundreds of more places that aren't marked and hundreds of more places to get jobs and things that aren't marked. So you got to find these organically through conversations with people and interactions. And like, that's the best part. And so a lot of what I do is just like, if somebody invites me on an adventure, I'm like, yeah, I would love to go on an adventure with you. That sounds like a grand old time. You know what I mean? And then you play it out, and your characters interact with each other. And like I started a little notepad of things that I've like when I say something about my character, like yesterday I said my character loves to dance. So I added that to my notepad. So I always remember that my character loves to dance.
Yeah, give yourself little personality quirks as you're role playing.
Yeah, as I'm role playing. So the minute I say something, so I never contradict myself. Minute I say something, like
what's a fun
fact.
What's a fun like quirk to give yourself is like one or two irrational fears is always fun when you're role playing. Like I like that. Deathly afraid of gold. Just the color gold frightens me, and so like it's something that when it comes up, it's like fun, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's actually okay. I'm totally adding that in now.
Yeah. Like imagine, I mean, a gold belt, championship belt. Imagine you couldn't hold it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You have to bring up your manager, be like, "Can you take that?"
That's really
make sure you take that for me.
The only thing that I don't like about it right now is I do wish I could get some of my homies on there.
Yeah.
Just so I can have a more defined, definitive crew. Yeah. And here's the thing. What's funny about it is like if you two were on there, we couldn't sit here and talk about a heist we were going to do on the game. All we're allowed to talk about. Yeah. All we would be allowed to talk about is like, all right, I'm going to play Friday, or will you be on?
Yeah. Which is
great.
And
then in game is where we would have to plan everything in character. You know what I mean? Because otherwise it'd be metaing, and you can't do that. You know, like
and
that's
do they have a
against the
strict?
rules.
You have to stream while you're playing too. Or
No.
Okay.
No, you don't have to stream at all. There's tons of people that don't stream on the server. A lot of the cops, especially, aren't streamers because I found out a lot of the cops are actually real cops in real life. Which
interesting.
You have to learn so much to become a cop.
Yeah.
But just imagine getting home from work and being like, time to go to virtual work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Moon Moon's now a cop, and he's playing Lenny Hawk, and his character is just ridiculous. Number one, but like he was young dad before, and like he's learning all the things as a cop right now, and like I'm learning a lot of stuff, and it's involved, man. Like
it's so intense. Like you're doing homework.
They're giving him quizzes. Like, all right, tell me, like, why were we able to stop this person? You know, like, or why couldn't we book this person? And he had to give solid reasons, and they would explain why he was wrong, why not, and like. You know, the dead zone, like Lenny Hawk crossed the dead zone during a traffic stop. And he's like, what's the dead zone, sir? And it's like the space between like two cars where they could have pinned him and killed him and stuff. Like, it's really kind of funny. And it's really a lot of fun. But like, I don't know if I could be a cop in this game because like, one, even Moon Moon's following the rules as much as possible. He's breaking what he can here and there, but like, you got to break the rules, and you have to. You just need to know the map. You need to know all the stuff.
Yeah, it's intense. Like becoming like I absolutely one day would want to become a cop, but like I need like a year of work.
Yeah.
Before
you need some serious training.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's people that have played for years that haven't been able to get on the force. You know what I mean? Which is because they want to make sure it's like a good ratio, you know, so the cops aren't just stopping every single crime.
Yeah. Not let some crime go through. That's fun.
Yeah. You gotta you gotta let some crime go through
because otherwise people aren't gonna be committing crimes if they get caught every single time.
If you get caught, do you go to roleplay jail at all?
Yes.
Oh yes. Oh. So if you get caught, you go to roleplay jail, and then you'll get a roleplay court date and time. I'm assuming that works with a time you can actually be on. And then you got to get a role play lawyer. And there's tons of lawyers around there. By the way, the lawyers have to get licensed. They got to go down to the courthouse and take the bar, the Los Santos bar exam to get licensed. Then you get the lawyer, you pay the lawyer. If you can't pay the lawyer, you probably got to go to a loan guy and take out a shady loan, of which they are real people that are giving out real loans, and they set up real payment schedules for you.
Break your kneecap
and they break
pay.
They kneecap you if you don't pay. Exactly. They come and they just fuck with you the whole time if you don't pay. It's and then you go to role play court and you get a role play sentence, and then your character can be stuck in jail for days or weeks, even depending on how egregious the crime is. And you'll log in and your character's just in jail. There can be other people in jail, so you can have like
you still have interactions.
You could have role play. Yeah, I mean, if you could be the only one in jail at the time, and most of them are not like egregious sentences. Like you're never like in jail for like 6 months or anything. It's usually like, a couple hours for a bank robbery or something like that. I think the longest one I heard of was like 2 weeks for someone who like I think they shot a lot of cops and shit.
What is the time? Because I like today before the podcast, I saw Lenny. This guy actually didn't go through the court system. He was just booked straight to prison. He got 12 or 16 months for his crimes. But like I don't think that's not real months. So like what is the
No.
I don't know what
I
wonder if it's just
what
12 hours.
Yeah, I wish I knew, but I'm glad I don't know yet because I have not
Sure. You haven't learned.
Been arrested yet. I've been lucky enough to get I've been really close. I've had 2 major interactions with the cops. One time they pulled me, my first time I got pulled over, my first day, I was driving a stolen car and I talked my way out of it by, because I was like, oh, someone just came up and gave me this car. And the cop was like, oh yeah, I hear that a lot in the city. And then I was like, oh my God, you mean this is a massive problem you guys have here? You should really be investigating this. Here, let me give you his name. Like, I really want to help you guys out with this, And so I like talked my way out of that one. And then the next time was luckily Lenny Hawk, Moon, And I don't know if that was just part of his character, because his character is definitely like a Southern pig, I want to say.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was part of his character that he already loved wrestling, or if he knew it was me and was throwing me a bone. Because I got pulled over by like 6 cops, like legitimately. It was like there was like 8 cops there to pull me over for this fucking thing. And Lenny Hawk comes out and he's like, "Oh, McFlair, can you give me a woo?" And then I took a selfie with him, gave him an autograph, and they let me go on my way. No tickets or anything. So, I can't express how just stupid fun it is. Yeah. It's so fun and so silly and so dumb. And I mean, like there's like, you can be a gorilla. You can be all sorts of different things too in there. Like there's just so many options. It's just ridiculous. So everyone should play.
Role playing a gorilla. That's not what I was expecting.
I mean, you could. Yeah. You could play as a gorilla and like, good luck, cops. Try to reason with a gorilla.
Yeah. I already have ideas for some future characters that I want to have. Like I want to make like a real bear, like just a regular bear. Mm-hmm. And he does like, he's like a normal bear, eats your face off, but he's also, like has a 9-to-5 job, lives a really boring life.
Business bear.
And then I think I'm going to bring Melvin. I think I'm going to bring Melvin in eventually.
Wow.
Yeah. I think I'm going to bring Melvin in to cook meth.
Nice.
Something like that. Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's just so good. I just can't wait till I want to continue moving up the ranks. That's for sure. Yeah. Anyway, you guys should totally get on and apply. Like you both would
I'm thinking a lot about it.
You both would love it and have so much fun. And I've already nagged Cliffy to try and do it too, because Cliffy would be. Cliffy's just like, he was so good at Rust role play and nobody else was doing it. So
yeah, role playing, like back when I used to play tabletop RPGs, like I was definitely there for the role playing more than the combat. Like I like the bullshitting and making up stories and all that dumb shit. And I was thinking about it. I was like, if I was gonna do it, I would definitely want to be a pawn shop kind of dude. Like I'd like to get a job at a pawn shop. I'd like to haggle with people. I think the gimmick that I thought of is I'd want to start with just one item, and try and trade that item up as many times as I can to be that story of paperclip to house kind of.
Oh, I love that idea.
Right?
That's actually a super good story. Yeah, it's a super good story.
I haven't thought of a name. No, I just was like, I was talking about it on stream, and I was like, what would I do if I were to join it? And I just like, I love bargaining, but what keeps me from bargaining so aggressively in real life is I don't like being an asshole, right? But if it's a video game role play, I have no problem like haggling someone with the dirtiest tricks in the book.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to get back into stealing, you could definitely bring back Sticky Mick.
Sticky Mick, he's got sticky hands. They never let go.
Yeah. Just like there's a guy on the server named Rob Banks.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
There's just. The only thing that drives me crazy is when I run into like generic ass character. I'm like, why would you make just a generic ass character, dude? You can do anything and you make this fucking generic ass boring character. But like there's other ones that like there's Dick Chicklets, who's finished second at Daytona last year. I love that guy. There's a guy who's literally just playing Tupac. Like just Tupac.
How do we know it's not really Tupac?
I don't. I've gone to his stream. I haven't seen his face, so I don't know that. And I actually made some jokes about it. I was like, is this where you came after Vegas? Like after you got shot, like, yeah. So it's just, I tell you right now, like, I was already pretty into it, like watching it, other people do it, but like now that I'm even playing it, I'm so engrossed, and so like I totally just get every ounce of it. And chat has been, it's not like I know that if I play something that doesn't have Mario in it, and I've already thought about this, maybe making Mario a character.
Yeah.
When I play something that doesn't have Mario in it, I'm just not gonna get the viewership I normally do, no matter what it is. It doesn't matter how, it could be the best fucking thing I ever do. and I'm just not going to get that viewership. But like, it's definitely one of those games that the people that are watching it, it's like that's what they want to watch now. They want to watch that over Mario, and it just makes me really happy to have like something else on there. It's super fun. It's so fun.
Yeah. I really like that like about the last, I don't know, I feel like last year of just the content from our general group is a lot of us have gotten more comfortable out of Mario. You know, we all see a little hit in our numbers compared to what we usually get when we're doing main game, but it's been nice to see everyone getting a little bit more comfortable, expanding a bit. I've really enjoyed like taking those moments to like do that. Among Us, I think, was a big helper for it.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to watch that, and they're like, "Oh, these guys are fun when they're playing other stuff. That's cool."
Yeah.
I got more viewerships on Rust than I did on Mario the last few months. So
right, and dude, people love our raft sessions. Like when we were supposed to play yesterday, and then like you rated me, and I mentioned that we didn't have it that night. The people in the chat were like, "No Rust tonight! Oh no, I'm so bummed. I love Rust Wednesday."
Yeah. Everybody was really excited. I didn't see the message before people were like, "Are you doing raft tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." And then I rated, and you're like, "We're not doing it." I'm like, "Oh no!" But at least I rated so that they know.
Yeah, I'm excited to get back into it. Though.
No. All right. Well, I mean, I feel like everyone's having a pretty good week. I mean, I ate glass, so that's not a great week. But anyone got any hot takes for the week? Anyone feeling hot?
Oh man, you know what? It's just a little bit, but so I've been just kind of like dicking around on TikTok a little bit more lately, because when I started dicking around on TikTok, it was a lot of fun and it had a lot less of the complaining that I found on Twitter. But the more I watch TikTok, the more there's like a lot of complaining, and the one that's driving me mad, it's getting me so heated, is this desperate like desire for the approval of Gen Z that like millennials on TikTok have, where like they're up in I've seen
because we're not cool anymore, right? And they are cool.
A billion TikToks of these millennials who are like, "You Gen Zers don't know shit. We part our hair in the middle. You know how crazy that." It's like, dude, nobody cares. Of course, teenagers don't think you're cool. They're fucking teenagers. Just wave your wallet in front of them and then you win. Like,
I'm not cool
they're
anymore.
Teenagers.
I think growing up is really hard for us millennials, because I think a lot of millennials, I think we just got so trapped by like 9/11 and the first market crash when we all started to get jobs, like, you know what I mean, in 2008, that like we're in this like permanent state of thinking that's why like we're the ultra nostalgia generation too. Like, we're in this permanent state of wanting to recreate our childhood and thinking we're still there and never wanting to grow up.
That's a good observation, honestly.
Yeah, so we don't feel like adults. So when we are the adults and these motherfuckers are making fun of us for doing normal adult shit, because that's literally what every like, no matter what you do, no matter what we do, like, and it's going to happen to Gen Z too. Gen Z is going to turn 30. And my kid is gonna just mock them relentlessly.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? My kid will be like, "You fucking old douchebags. Oh, you like Drake, dumbasses. You know, like whatever." I don't even know what Gen Z likes.
They like Billie Eilish.
So it is funny. TikTok's fascinating to me too, especially like the Twitch related content on TikTok. Like once you get on Twitch Talk, that is fascinating to me, because a lot of it is people that aren't successful telling other people how to be successful.
Oh God.
And then they start to become successful.
Yeah. That's a classic.
Does that make sense?
That's a classic Twitch growth, like,
it's weird.
Platform.
It's weird. Why are you listening to people with, I mean, and I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, I'm absolutely not trying to be a dick or anything, but like, why would you listen to someone with 15 viewers?
Right.
Give you advice on how to become a full-time streamer. You know what I mean? Why would you listen to anyone who's not a full-time streamer on advice on how to become a full-time streamer? Yeah. It's just fascinating to me. But it's kind of like, 10 years ago, if you put social media expert in your Twitter bio, you just got hired by a big company because you were. If you just said you were a social media expert, you became a social media expert. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's interesting. I feel like those that brand of coaches have like this I kind of like thought process that they bring to it, where they're like, they hit a lot of the stuff that is true for any entrepreneurial venture. You know, like improve your shit daily, invest in yourself, keep good. Like it's all good advice that's applicable in much more than just Twitch and the people. And it's stuff that like everyone's going to see results if they start, you know, just showing a little more discipline because this person laid it out for them. And even someone who's not at a level of success can see a lot of those things. Of course, like there are things that you definitely learn from people who have, you know, experienced success. They can tell you how to like how they got to their success. But there are a lot of those baseline things. And yeah, no, I've seen it on YouTube and Instagram for a long time too. Like a lot of stream coaches who are like, this is how you grow your brand. And then like I'll see it like a year later, they're like, I got partner. And I'm like, that something here is a little off. But yeah. It
is fascinating, that whole, and we've talked about stream coaches before here.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
But it is fascinating. TikTok it's hard too, because like the way your algorithm will shift. Like sometimes I start to get like I'll like watch one video and it turns out to be like about a subject that I been completely, you know, like it was a Stitch video, so I thought it was a subject that I wanted to watch. But then it turns out it was a subject I didn't want to watch. And then you start getting bombarded with things you don't. Yeah, it's like the way the algorithm like flips really quick on you is so fast.
I just want to watch attractive ladies dancing. I want to watch talented DJs mixing, and I want to watch funny memes. And I'm getting blasted with political take, which is fine.
Dude,
like,
you gotta really. In this, my wife taught me this. She's like. So I said the same thing. I was like, I want hotties, I want gaming, and I want like stocks and maybe like fancy cars and snowboarding. You know what I mean? And so she went through and she started just like, she like searched some hashtags and she hit some hearts for me. You know what I mean? She's like, all right, that's a hot girl, hit heart. You know, like blah, 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 hit heart. Like, you know, and then all of a sudden the next day I log on and I'm like, have this like beautiful curated content.
Oh, that's great.
But then I stopped, but you know what? And then I've been not hearting things lately, and now it's getting shitty again.
I try to heart the stuff that I think is dope. Maybe I just got to be a little more aggressive about it.
I don't know if you're like me, but I feel ultra weird, despite the fact that I will absolutely look at those hotties doing the Bugs Bunny challenge right now. I'm on the game.
What the hell's the Bugs? But I'm an old man.
Yeah, you know what? Just Google. You know what? Just search it on the TikToks and thank me later. It's what do I want to say? It's like I'm not hearting those things because I feel creepy still.
Yeah, that's I get where you're coming from. It's like when you're on
I want
Instagram,
more of that content, but I don't want to tell anyone I want more of that content.
Exactly. You want to enjoy it in shame and in private.
Yeah,
I totally get you. Yeah.
I also worry too because I have I'm verified on TikTok because I did the Fall Mania partnership with them. And yeah, so I get extra worried like that I like anything because they're no matter who it is, they're going to see it.
Yeah.
Because it pops up. It's also super annoying too because when I post anything, all the replies now are just like, "Why are you verified? You only got
I see that all the time.
Yeah, why are you verified?
Wow.
It's like fuck you. That's why.
Love me some TikTok.
Go fuck yourself.
I love me some TikTok.
Yeah, it's a good time. All right, we're running pretty deep here. So, Jaku, you want to take us into some side quest, Johns?
Yeah.
Johns.
Let's do a side question. Okay. Sup, Warpsters. A viewer sends you a donation with a message, use this money to buy X, where X could be a game, certain food, etc. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you feel obligated to buy X? Do you feel the need to let the person know whether or not you'll be buying X or not? Thanks, Matic T. It's a good question.
That is a good question. I feel like a 5 on this. Like, I try to make it very clear, like, if I have the opportunity that, like, if a donation comes in or a tip or a sub or some shit, like, I'm going to spend that money however I see appropriately. Because sometimes I'll be ranting or something. I'll be like, man, I could go for a Domino's pizza right now. And someone will be like, $15. Get yourself a pizza. And I'm like, see, I said that, but I'm in a situation where my cheap ass would only buy a Domino's pizza if I wasn't streaming and could walk there and pick it up and save myself the $6 on delivery. So
yeah,
I'm not going to order the pizza because I have a problem with being too thrifty, and this is my nice way of saying cheap. So, but then I feel this pressure. I'm like, but they probably wouldn't have given me that money if I was going to pull this hoo-ha on them, and it's this weird dance now.
Yeah. Obviously, if you're doing something where like, hey, I want to buy something, and people are like, hey, like I'm looking at this thing and whatnot, and they're like, here's $200, and that's the price of the thing. Like that's like a hard like 10 almost. Like I was looking at this thing, I was gonna probably buy it. They gave me the exact amount. I kind of need to buy it, especially because I was going to anyways. But yeah, I think like when it's just like a random thought of, oh, it'd be cool to have, but I could go for a pizza. Yeah, it depends. I think like honestly, like there's no, like you can say 0. Like it's not even a 1. You can be like, I don't have to do anything with that money. Thank you for the money.
Yeah. But you want to respect.
You do.
You want to respect the person because they're tipping you for. It's still such a foreign concept, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends on what it is too. Like if I'm like, oh, it'd be really cool to play, I don't know, the new Paper Mario for the Switch. I don't own it, and if somebody's like, here's $60, I'm gonna go buy the game, because I wouldn't have got that money if I didn't say, oh, I was thinking about like, or I was kind of interested. And it's a game, right? So there's no delivery fee. There's nothing else to it. It's simple. It's like now I have a game in my collection. I could have had $60. I could put it in Bitcoin. But no, I put it in the game. It's fine. I think that's fine.
See, go ahead.
There's an absolute 0 chance I'm buying that game if they donate it for me, because if I wanted to play it, I would have bought it.
Yeah.
And I would have bought it. And there are times where like I might miss out on, like Loop Hero is a game that is probably right up my alley that I missed out on last week. You know what I mean? And but if someone gave me money and said play Loop Hero, I'd almost want to like play it like less, because I feel like it's like they think that like that gives them control over your content,
right.
And then if you do it, then you're like obligated to finish it, not for your community, but for that one person.
Right. That's true.
That is the reverse of it for sure.
Yeah,
I thought about that when I said that, but like if I'm like, yeah, I might just go buy Mario. Like, yeah, I'm probably not. I might play that on stream, but yeah, Loop Hero you might not play on stream, but yeah, you don't want to have your like you don't like that'd be so easy for a sponsor to come in with a fake account, like, hey, I bought you Loop Hero, or
yeah,
use the $6
like here's
for Loop Hero,
$5. Go buy a Burger King meal with a special super nugget sauce. When they did that shit.
It's kind of the same version of that in my mind. Hostage advertising, but it's like a hostage donation, and it also gift. It's like at that point it's not even it's not a donation at that point. You know what I mean? It's not it's a obligation. So, that's kind of. I feel I think it makes me less likely to do something or play those games. You know what I mean? At the same time, I really appreciate when people do make suggestions, because if there's a suggestion that's like an overwhelming suggestion, like, oh, you got to play this game. I watched this guy play it. You got to play this. You got to play this. You got to play this. Usually I don't want to miss out on those things.
Yeah.
But I want to, but I'll buy it,
Exactly. Yeah.
My job.
Yeah. Yep, makes sense.
But give me $15 to spend. Don't give me $15 to spend on a game. Yeah.
At the end of the day,
or don't give me anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, the alternative is just keep your money if that's the case.
Keep your money. Yeah.
All right. We got this next one. Hi, xwater, Jaku, and special or not special guest. What is a game that you would pick if your friend asked you to play a game with them? Mine would be Nintendo Land for Wii U.
Oh, good game.
From your viewer, AP Side Cargo. That's an interesting, like, just random game. Like, I guess, like, I don't know if it's a friend that's never played a game or like,
okay. Question though.
Yep.
Did you ever play Nintendo Land with a
so
full
good?
Group?
I did.
Such a good game.
So much fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
it really
Land
is.
Kicks
It's an underrated game.
Dude, we played so much of that game back when we first got the Wii U. Like me, my brother, and a couple of our friends would play that a couple times a week. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Fuck. My go-to,
So
like, I got a buddy over and we want to play, and I want to entertain them. What game do I pop? I feel like Mario Kart's a safe pick.
Mario Kart's like the safe pick. Like,
Mario
everyone's
Kart's
like,
the
yeah, I can do
safest
Mario Kart.
pick.
Mario Golf's not a bad one.
Yeah. Oh, Mario Tennis is good too.
Any of the Mario games, really. Mario Party, Mario Golf, etc. Those are pretty safe games.
Yeah.
Nintendo knows that.
If it's the right friend, Smash Bros works.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's like if the person's never played a video game, Smash Brothers is pretty much out.
I'm sure you guys run into this, but if you have a friend over who's like not as big of a gamer as us, then there's that skill disparity can make it like awkward, and especially if there's someone who like gets frustrated if they're not winning. Dude, so I've always said for a very long time that I will never take it easy on my friends or people in a video game because I feel disrespected when people do that to me. But 2 weekends ago, I was playing some Mario Kart with Steve and Selena, and we had another friend over and we're playing some Mario Kart. And I was intentionally like letting go of the gas a little bit and slowing it down. And they were having such a good time. They were having such a good time getting close to first place and everything. And I felt like I was lying to their faces, but in a good way.
So,
you know, like I was even sitting there like, oh no, you're totally creeping up past me.
What I do in those situations?
Oh no!
Oh no! What I do in those situations, xwater, is I try a new play style.
Ooh.
So like, I just try to play a different way than I normally would play. Like in Smash Brothers, I mentioned I think last week, like I never shield. So when I'm playing against people that like, if I played my normal way, I would just decimate. I will be more like defensive and try shielding more and using those techniques.
Yeah.
So that way you're not necessarily lying to them. And you,
giving yourself
that's a good point. Like if it's a fighting game, I will play as like characters I've never played as before.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. Anything you can do to try to level the playing field. But I mean, I think that's a sign of maturity, though. Honestly, you know what I mean? Like everyone having a good time is more important than you. Like, of course you're fucking good at Mario Kart. You know what I mean? Like everyone having a good time is way more important than that. And I think there are. What do I want to say? I totally 100,000% believe in honesty most of the time, but I think there's literally tons of times where honesty is not necessarily the best policy, and that might be one of them. I think when someone doesn't want an honest opinion and they just want their confidence boosted, you don't need to tell them that their hair is actually kind of whack. You tell them that their hair is banging, they look fly, and they should rock it. You know what I mean? Like no matter it's just how it is sometimes. You got to know those situations and read the room on when that has to happen. You know what I mean? Like there's some people out there that like your boy will come up to you in a ridiculous suit and be like, yo, how do I look? And they'll be like a fucking idiot. What the fuck are you doing? Take that off right now. Yeah. But the homies, the real friends, are going to gas you the shit up and be like, that's the flyest suit I've ever seen. You're rocking it. Where do I get one? You know what I mean? And I think that's the video game version of gassing up your friends and your homies. And I'm pretty down with that. I'm okay with that in that situation. Like you didn't let them win. No, you still won.
I think I came in second or third a couple of times at that point.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Because it's Mario Kart, you know, a blue shell comes around or some shit. Yeah.
You can be the best gamer. Mario Kart will screw you over.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't tell anyone that I was tanking though, because I know for sure Steve would be pissed.
Well, like he'll know now, won't he?
No, he doesn't listen to this.
God damn it! That's why we make the medium. So I make the medium buck, Steve.
Yeah, come on, Steve. It's all Steve's fault. All right, let's do one more. All right, and we can save the other one for next week. Dear Poo Cooter.
Okay,
sure. It's a new one. So, if you could bring one celebrity as a +1 to an event of your choice, MMC, TwitchCon, etc., who would it be, and what event would you want them to attend? Your friend, Famo Husky. This is.
You got two variables I got to fill out here. That's a lot of work.
Two variables and like. my first so it's like you could bring a networking person that you could be like, okay, if I can get them to show up to one of these events, like we could become best friends, or you could go like love interest angle, like not Pooh, you can't, you're married. But like,
I mean, Michael B. Jordan, though, I mean, maybe he's into it. I mean, I've been eyeballing that man for a while, so.
But yeah, like at the end of the day, like you could go the opposite and be like, yeah, this is for my personal networking as well. So there's two ways to do that.
I'm gonna tell a story, and I'll let you guys think about this session too. At Speedrun Sessions Las Vegas, which 42 years ago now. Yeah. Sinister, who is a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out runner, and also works with Twitch, came to Vegas Sessions, and we tried so deeply hard to have Mike Tyson show up to Vegas Sessions. Yeah. And we thought up until about 6 hours before the show that he was actually going to come to Vegas Speedrun Sessions. And what I was going to do is I was going to make Sinister come up, try to play Tyson blindfolded, and then have Tyson come out while he was playing blindfolded and sit next to him and just start doing commentary and try to surprise him. So that was the one. Although like Mike Tyson's like dead last on my list of celebrities I actually want to come to one of my events. But
yeah.
But that particular situation would have been really cool.
It would have been really great to egg Sinister on to talk shit about Tyson as well. So that when he took the blindfold off, Tyson's like right there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man,
I mean,
I think I got one.
Right.
I think I got one. You guys remember when we did the first Calithon that we did, how it was like combined with that anime convention?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was a fun one. I had a really good time at that event.
I would love to go to some very intense anime convention, filled with like cosplayers to the brim, just like really intense anime culture, like all the weebs in full force. And I would love to bring someone like Kanye West to that, specifically to observe how they would be in that environment, like to see his reaction to this world that I'm like 80% sure he has no idea exists, just to see like just to see what kind of funny shit would come out of his mouth.
I feel like when Pooh's like Mike Tyson was the last on my list, I feel like Kanye would be the last on my list for that one.
No, he's someone that I don't want to be like friends with him, but I would absolutely love to listen to him rant for 6 hours.
I would like to see his take, but
and then the three of us go have Fuku Burger afterwards and just like
and joke around about it. Yeah.
His take would be very interesting. I think I don't know. I'm putting between like Ryan Reynolds and Keanu Reeves, because like both of them would probably be pretty awesome to hang out with, and both
samurai.
Yeah, it's Johnny Silverhands. Like both of them would get gaming. Whatever event we brought them to, like if it was TwitchCon MMC, like they'd probably get it. Crowd control would be huge to them. I think they'd love it. I think it'd just be really fun, and like they're actors I respect.
Yeah, that's very fair. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's it.
Well, boy, oh howdy, we done it. Another episode.
Done it again.
Another episode in the books, and honestly, pretty good length on this bad boy. Hour and a half, not bad.
Not bad chat.
Yeah. If anybody for next week's episode, if you would like your question pondered by us three, feel free to email us at podcast@warp.world. Send your questions in, any topic. If it sucks, I probably won't copy and paste it into the document, so be careful.
Nope.
Other than that, if you Patreon, you have a higher odds of getting your question in.
That's true. Patreon.warp.world.
Yeah.
You get a special email.
Yeah.
You don't.
I see a little star next to your name when I check it. This is all a lie. This doesn't happen.
Ooh.
But if you do want to support the podcast and Warp World in general, with all the cool shit we do, all the cool services we offer, definitely consider checking our Patreon. A lot of perks on all the different tiers there. Tiers for viewers, for streamers, for podcast fans, all sorts of stuff. And hey, if you guys missed it, Jaku, we just did the Tech Talk last week, and we got that on YouTube now.
Yeah, so Tech Talks are every other Friday. We actually have next week's Tech Talk is going to be about the Warp World multi-queue and just the start of Warp World. So that will be next Friday as well. Same bat channel, same bat time, 3 p.m. Warp World staff.
Same bat time.
90s kids know, and 80 kids know, and 70 kids know.
But those Gen Z
and Gen Z can suck my ass.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, suck it, Gen Z.
I'm gonna write a rap about how dumb they are.
But yeah,
stupid Gen Z.
So check out the Warp World Tech Talks, techtalk.warp.world. We'll get you to the YouTube as well.
Dope.
I didn't mean it, Gen Z. I love K-pop.
But yeah,
all I know is whatever you do, never say anything bad about K-pop on the internet because it'll literally ruin everything.
They've got an army.
Love K-pop.
If you got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Mama taught me.
Yep. Yo, you can do a lot of things on the internet, but one thing you can't do is like fuck with BTS.
Yep.
Like that's something you cannot do.
Episode 200 of this podcast, we're gonna take a 10-minute segment to slam K-pop, to just trash all of it.
Well, hey, hold on.
You're on your own on that one. I'm not participating in that one.
We could wear disguises.
I do not want that smoke.
We could
wear disguises. Because
we could disguise ourselves as our enemies.
Think of all the views we'd get.
Yeah. Sure. You guys. I'm not someone that thinks all publicity is good publicity. You know what I mean? Like that is not. They'll all infiltrate No Pixel and start harassing me with K-pop on there.
Oh my god,
like,
they already have sleeper
K-pop
agents
forever.
at No Pixel.
Yeah,
they already got.
They
people.
do.
There is a character named K-pop actually, which is really funny. Yeah, I met him the other day. Yeah, he looks exactly how you think he looks. So
that's amazing. All right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Episode in books.
Perfect.
Have a good night, gentlemen.
Peace.
Hey, 190 next week.
Yeah, next 10. Let's go.
It's amazing.